Hello. Hello. How are you guys doing? Hello, hello. Welcome to 2024. First stream. 1 year anniversary on here on YouTube. Not that I'm celebrating it, but 1 year. Yay! Got some nice tunes in the background. And we have a new Dragon's Dogma 18 minute trailer of gameplay. Very happy with that. Also wearing my new lipstick. I don't know if you can really see it, but it's my first MAC lipstick. I've never spent so much money on a lipstick. I don't know why people do that. It was 27 euros. That's a lot of money. I genuinely like makeup, and I genuinely like good quality makeup. Because I've bought eyeshadow palettes for 80 bucks. So, but I've never spent this much at so little volume. It's really pretty though. It's a little bit on the lighter side, so I wanted a color that I could wear every day. Well, you can see that I'm wearing makeup, but it's not like too obvious, you know? We could do some shimmer over it. That's not really shimmer, that's just make it look wet. Got some snacks ready. Very important. I'm sorry, I have to touch you again. You've listened to this playlist so many times at this point that I just know the royalty-free songs. Got some tea. I just have to make sure that I don't spill it on my iPad. That will be... Okay, so I got chocolate raisins, and I got a stick with it. Put on the gansu. Very important. So you guys can see what I'm drawing later on. First I want to finish the drawing that we were working on last week, so I'm gonna do that first. I want to share with you my 2024 goal. I can share it with you. Just first have to... You can close down Discord, because otherwise we'll just get like notifications. Ah, it's hot. It's hot as heck. It's hot. Very hot. I also gained quite a few subscribers, which is really nice. Really appreciate it, of course. Oh. I wanna, done. Done. I look so friendly when my eyebrows aren't like full on purple. I get such a soft face from it. Which is not my preferred face. I'd like to give people the idea that I'm not friendly. Very important. But give me a second. I hope you guys had a great New Year's Eve. Hey Marcella. We gaan tekenen. We gaan tekenen. En kletsen. So most people probably have me as background music when I'm doing this. But it's a little silent today. I think other people have some things to do. As I was showing off my new lipstick, which is a MAC one, which is the most expensive one that I bought in my life. Like, you can buy a pair of shoes for this. So I was showing that off. I wanted to go for a natural color that I could wear every day. So like it's like a soft taupe brown. And it's not like the other color that I really liked was Teddy, but it was really dry on the lips. So I have like the one that's not as dry. But to be fair, I'm wearing like conditioning lip balm under it. This is the shit, by the way. I didn't know this, but this is a great one. I have the blue one as well from Blistex, which is really great if you have like chapped lips. But this one's really nice if you just want to, I don't know, keep your lips conditioned. It also has SPF 15. Now that's not really useful now, but made in the USA. Be sure that it's not full of toxic chemicals. What's like the date on these things? When I have to... This one's made in China. Why is it 27 bucks then? Anyway. Hey Trent! Hi! I was just showing off my lipstick. So you came into the right moment. But I can highly recommend this one as well. It's just a good chapstick, you know? Not like, because I hate Labello. It is USA. I didn't know. I was like expecting it. I don't know where I expected it to be made, to be honest. But that this one's made in China, I mean, it doesn't surprise me as well. But why is it so expensive then? Anyway, I like it. I like it's a pretty color. No, you haven't missed anything because no one was here yet. So I was waiting for some people to drop in before I was doing my whole recap. Just say it. We could all agree that it looks pretty, right? It's like, I think my own lips are a little bit more pink. So it's like a brownish everyday wear. That's the idea. Yeah. I have like 6 laying around now at this moment. I have way more, but... But I would love to recap my my New Year's Eve, and I would love to hear you guys' recap of the New Year's Eve. What you guys done. Love to hear it. Thank you, thank you. my natural beauty. Yes, obviously very natural. Thank you. So we had the neighbors over for dinner, which was really nice because they were sick. Because we would be eating together at Christmas, but then they got sick, so we got to do that, eat together, which was really nice. And they hung out at our place until like 12, you know, when the New Year is. And we watched some fireworks getting blown up by the neighbors' kids. Yeah, I'll share. Yeah. We have all the time. Drive safe with me in the background, please. Please don't drive and type. Just drive. We'll catch up later. It's more important to drive. So they hung out at our place until 12. Ate a lot of oliebollen, which we like. We like oliebollen, right, Marcella? We like oliebollen. And oliebollen are practically like fried dough balls. It's like literally like this size, like just a ball. Yeah. And there's like this whole, because in the Netherlands right now is like a whole, we have different traditions during New Year. So in the province where I'm living, we have this thing called karbitschieten, which is carbit, which I don't know which the English translation would be. Let me guess. Carbide? Is that how you say it?
Carbide.
That's how you say it. Carbide. So we have this thing called carbide shooting. So they fill up these old milk tanks, like these metal milk tanks, and they put like a football in like the opening on the top. Like I can show you a picture. I have no idea if it's something like what they do somewhere else. Let me show you a picture. So it's like, you can I can show you here. Like it's this, like this old milk tank, which they put like a football, or normally you would put like would shoot like the lid. But it's obviously very dangerous, shooting like metal things through a... It's like fucking dangerous. Anyway, you shoot like, you put a football in it, you make like a hole in the other end, You put the carbide into it, light a flame at the end, like here. You would light a flame at the end where the hole is, and it would shoot out the ball. This is legal from like 12 o'clock in like 12 a.m. You're legal to do this like all day. And the idea that it's very loud, so you can see people like wearing ear protection as well. And they make their own carbide like shooters. So you have like these amalgamations of, or they lit like a lot after each other. So, and normally there would be like a tent with some beers. Most of the time it's like friend groups, or like one of the villages have like these on a field somewhere random, and then the whole village gathers there and just drink beer. And the idea is that it's the louder the better, you know. So they would build like these. This is like in a neighborhood. They would build like these ginormous units, which are obviously. Anyway, that's a tradition that we have. I know I don't really enjoy that. It's not that it's too loud, but it's not like the type of people that are at carbide shooting are like normally not the type of people that I personally hang with, so I won't see myself going there as quickly. But that's like during the day, and then most of the people who go there will drink there, eat oliebollen, stuff like that. And then we have obviously a fireworks at midnight. But there's been a discussion for the past, I think, 5 years to make it illegal to shoot fireworks on your own. So I think firework arrows, so specifically the arrows that you put in the ground, are forbidden. So you can only buy these pots that you put on the ground and they shoot like upward. But the arrows are forbidden because because the Netherlands is very densely populated, as you can imagine. So if these things would fall over, which sometimes happens when you don't put them in the ground good enough or in a bottle good enough, they would shoot like random directions. Shooting guns in the air. Yeah, I think that's it's not like it is a deadly weapon, but it's like a football. So the arrows itself are forbidden since I think 2 years, and very loud fireworks are forbidden. So there's like different categories of fireworks. Like category 1 is like not too loud, not too dangerous. Like there's like different categories. And I think until category 2 or 3 is legal here. And then if you want heavier fireworks, a lot of people go to Germany for heavier fireworks. Because obviously Germany is like a 2-hour drive for most of us. So a lot of people will just drive to Germany because they sell heavier fireworks because that's legal in Germany. So what happens is people drive to Germany, buy like loads of firework. And I mean like millions of euros worth of firework in total, like the whole population, and drive back to the Netherlands and then shoot it. Because it's like there's like also a time slot when it's legal to do fireworks. That's like I think from 12 or 3 in the mid, like 3 p.m. until like 6 in the morning. I think it's legal to light on fireworks due to safety reasons. Because it's so densely populated, they want to ban fireworks in total. So just do like organized professional fireworks shows, so you can like if you have like organized fireworks shows done by professionals, let's say a square of a town, that will be legal. Or like drone shows, because that's getting popular as well, because drones are obviously not as... But there's a lot of... I personally am a fan of the... I like the idea of fireworks being banned, because I I'm scared as hell of this shit. As obviously I like the fireworks to see them in the air. That's not the problem. But like, as a child, I've been like bombarded with like these. I don't know how you would call them in English. You call them rotjes in Dutch, which is like these firecrackers, I guess. It's like these small crackers that you light up and just they do nothing but just bang. But I got like bombarded in a closed-off garden by some kids with these things. So I have just this biggest fear of getting shit in my eye, stuff like that. And it's obviously a lot of, because it's so densely populated, you can imagine there's a lot of dogs who are densely populated as well. And it's just so stressful for the animals. Our horses, by the way, don't mind it anything, because they live like far enough from the towns that they don't really hear it as much. They aren't very bothered by it, but the dogs are. So yeah. I have like these sour candies which I really like, but they've done something about the recipe and now they're not as sour as they used to be. I think this is true. I like to have something so sour that my face contorts by eating it. But maybe that's just me. And I wanted to watch something with you guys because there's a new Dragon's Dogma trailer. I saw that and I wanted to watch it. I don't think we're gonna watch the whole thing, but we'll just pick some parts out of it. No, I don't think we sell them here. Warheads. These are very sour ones, right? Yeah. I can order them online. But we don't sell them in store here. I could order them. There's even like soda. Ew. Oh, you can watch with me, by the way. Look. You can buy them online. Why? Why? The idea of having like the consistency. Why? What's the original form? Like jelly beans or? Oh well. Trailer. That's what I wanted to show you guys. Can we have better quality,
This month's IGN
please?
First is Dragon's Dogma 2. All throughout the month of January, we've got brand new gameplay, interviews, deep dives, impressions, exciting reveals, and more. We got to play about 10 hours of the game, so we've got plenty of ground to cover. To kick things off, here's a collection of gameplay clips covering footage of the fighter, thief, warrior, and sorcerer vocations. Make sure to keep around this space for more Dragon's Dogma 2 all throughout the month.
I'm gonna hang out here.
I could have done no better.
Huh. Okay, so this is still the same. This is the fighter class?
It's a glad thing. Try not to get hit. Let's do that wind and once.
Oh, I think your main character has like voice acting. That wasn't like in the first time. Just the pawns had voice acting.
Halt, if you will. I see you've been drenched. Dry off
I know already.
as soon as you can. Strike with fire fury.
I see the wolves are still as annoying. I'll link the video down below later on. We're gonna collect beetles? What is this, Monster Hunter? I mean, you don't hear me complain if it has anything that looks like it. But it looks like, oh no, Hrothgar isn't your... Oh. I thought Hrothgar was the main antagonist, but this dude. I thought for a moment he had like voice acting.
To think I'd be caught unawares.
What's this? We're trapped.
It looks good, by the way. It does really look like Dragon's Dogma 1. I hope it the same like monochrome color, but I mean, you don't hear me complain.
Cyclops! To think we'd encounter one here of all places.
As long as the what do you call the gameplay and like the fighting is good. Oh, I see what we're doing here. That's cool that you can use the environment. Oh. Well, that's a way of doing it, I guess. He's not dead?
Let us finish this.
Even the OG music. I think why these candies get less sour as time goes, I think like probably what they put in it to make it as sour has probably something to do with certain chemicals that aren't allowed anymore. I guess it has something to do with that, with ingredients that like are a little sketchy. Because obviously nothing in nature, to my knowledge, tastes that sour, right? Because it's like chemically sour. It's not like naturally sour. Okay, if you haven't, Trent, it's on, I think it's on sale on Steam. I can't show you guys my Steam. So I'm going here for a second. I can't show you guys ours. I think, because I have Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen, which is the original one from 2013 with DLC. You should always buy that one because I don't think you can even get it without a DLC anymore. The original one, which came out 10 years ago, you can... Oh, it's not on sale. Don't buy it for full price. It's like 30 bucks now. Don't buy it for that. Steam has it very often for like $6 or something, which is weird. Weird that they don't have that now. Oh. I think it's not too... Or do you have console? A console? It's even, you can even get it on Switch. I think you can get it on all platforms. Sorry for me for assuming you have a PC. Sorry. But it's even out of Switch, and it doesn't, because I have it on Switch, obviously, but it doesn't even run that bad. You have a PS4? It's probably available. It is available for the PS4. Just don't buy it full price. It's not worth it. Yes, and it doesn't even run that bad on the Switch. I have to be honest. But it's like a 10-year-old game, so... I mean, for me personally, Dragon's Dogma was my Skyrim. I never played Skyrim as a kid. I had Dragon's Dogma, which is a predecessor from this one. That's why I'm so excited for this one, because the story wasn't maybe not that great, but the combat in this game was so good. Yeah, I don't feel pressured to buy it. I will make myself a little bit bigger, because otherwise get a bit lost to the screen. But I'm gonna pre-order. I never pre-order games. Never, because I think it's never worth it. But I'm gonna pre-order this one. This is one of these exceptions. Ooh. I like the menu. They kept a lot of the original sentiment. I'm happy that they did, that they didn't do like... And that's a cool mechanic that this game has. It's like... they got this from Shadow of the Colossus. I don't know if you guys know that game, but in Shadow of the Colossus, which is a pretty old game, you climb these gigantic colossi to like these weak points, and there you stab them. And they took that idea so you can climb the actual monsters. So you in this example, you climb on the Cyclops to obviously his one eye, because that's his weak point, and then you hit him in his weak point. I mean, it sounds very simple, but I like it, because then you get to know the enemies a little better.
You have my gratitude, sir. It would seem I misjudged you.
Thief. So a thief, if I remember correctly, has 2 daggers.
Coming over here.
And I think if you upgrade, you can add like bow. You can like think of the thief as the rogue in most games. A dagger. I personally would prefer these type of builds. I would always prefer dex. This is the warrior class, which is obviously, as you can see, the warrior class always uses 2-handed weapons, but they're bulky as shit. And I don't think they, in the original Dragon's Dogma, you didn't have like these point systems. Let's say if you ever played a Dark Souls game or a Souls-like game, they use this point system for like dex and health and strength, and you, depending on how these points are arranged, like depending on how much points you put in one category, you are either a strength build or a dex build, and you pretty soon, I feel like in Souls games, pretty soon you have to make up your mind. So you have to make up your mind, okay, I'm going for a strength build, I'm going to put all my points into strength and like the carry one, which you can carry like more shit. In Dragon's Dogma, it doesn't work like that, so you have these vocations, which I think would work the same in the second game. So you have these vocations, which is the warrior, which comes with a base set of stats, which you don't really change. So if you would level up, these stats change according to the vocation that you're choosing. So let's say you choose a warrior vocation, you would be a more strength-based character. So you would have a lot of base strength and a lot of, I don't know how you call that in English, but like the stability. Like how much times you can get hit before like your shield falters. There's a name for it, but I can't remember. And it comes with a set of skills that you can use, but you can change vocations. So let's say you've played for 15 hours as a warrior. You leveled up the vocation pretty far. I think max level is like 10. So you have your vocation level and you have your character level. So your character level would up your stamina and HP and your base damage and stuff like that, and then your vocation would add to that. Yeah, it's not stamina. I think it's called differently. Dark. I think it's Dark Souls. Let's look at the wiki. Is it resistance? I think yeah, I think it's called resistance in Dark Souls. But it's like differently called in every game. So the resistance until you're, and I think it has to do with stamina as well. The more stamina you have, the more hits you can take, obviously. But I think the system that Dragon's Dogma uses is easier to understand, which is fine. Yeah, but resistance is also something else. It has to do something in Dark Souls. It has something to do with your shield and how much you're able to. You have to have like a. Yeah. Anyway, but I know, because obviously Dark Souls maybe not the right one, but I've seen like reviews of Dragon's Dogma 1, so the predecessor of this one. That's like a mix between Monster Hunter, Shadow of the Colossus, and Dark Souls, like, but a somewhat easier version of Dark Souls. And in easier as in, you still have these boss fights, you still have pretty large health pools, but the combat is more fluent, because I think Dark Souls, what makes it so hard is not even the boss fights themselves, but the way the character moves, which is a little clunky, especially Dark Souls 1, which is obviously normal because it's like an older game. But even in Dark Souls 3, I had the idea that it's still, even if I had a dex build, it's a little sluggish, which is part of the gameplay. That's how you're supposed to enjoy that game. Elden Ring is also a little bit better though. I've spent like 30 minutes in it and I was like, I need more mental strength to do this. But I think the system in Dragon's Dogma is easier for you to understand, and it's easier to experiment with in the same playthrough. While in games like Dark Souls, you have to make a decision at some point at the beginning of the game. I'm going for a dex build, or I'm going for a strength build, or I'm going for a magic build, and that's what I have to keep investing in during my whole gameplay, because the further I get, the more difficult it becomes to earn more stat points, which is not the case here. Very long monologue. I like it. Easier.
The different combinations of materials result in different creations.
Okay, Greg. Ooh, it's like a werewolf. Oh, it's like, oh, it's an ogre. So it's like these enemies were the same as in Dark Souls 1. I'm curious if they put new enemies in it and what's the story is going to be. Looks good.
A moment of indecision may spell out doom.
Very well. Our foe stumbles.
And you have these 3 pawns who will always be with you, which makes the gameplay a little easier because you're playing with essentially 4 people. Which are the NPCs, the pawns, which are computer controlled, are pretty okay.
Just one more point.
It's not like they're helpless on their own. They're pretty strong and you have to upgrade them on your own. So that's really nice. And in the old games, you had like this pawn system where you can like borrow pawns from other players, which was really nice. So you actually had good pawns. I guess they kept that. They probably kept that because that was a very good system.
The moment of victory is at hand. Let us finish this. We can ill afford to rush headlong.
I want to see the mage build. We're still in the fight with the ogre. Ah, this is the mage build. Ooh, when I think it was a pretty long time ago. I think one of my ex-boyfriends, which when I was like 16, like between 14 and 16, was like good 10 years ago, was the original Dragon's Dogma without the DLC. So that would be 2011? God. 2012. And he bought it for his Xbox, and then I remember being at his house and then playing for a while, and I really liked it. And at that time I had a PlayStation 3, I guess. So the first time I played it was on the Xbox, but then I bought it for myself on the PlayStation 3. It's like 11 years ago. 2012 it came out. And in 2013 it came out with DLC. And I would advise you always to buy with the DLC because it gives you a lot more content. I never finished the DLC because it was too hard. Coney, you have to help me there. Sony or Coney, literally. So I think I bought it on the PlayStation 3 and then I rebought it for the PlayStation 4. I'm pretty sure I did that because I played the main game like 6, 7, or 8 times. But I never could finish the DLC. That's like a special island where you go to. It's called Bitter Black Isle. And then you have like these ginormous hard bosses that you have to do. And one of them is literally called Death. So one hit and you're dead. I was like 16. Give me a break. Coney. What's Coney? I'm gonna look it up without you guys seeing. Coney 2012. Coney is a American short documentary film produced by the Invisible Children. That one? Its purpose was to make Ugandan cult leader, war criminal, and ICC fugitive Joseph Kony, globally known so as have him arrested by the end of 2012. The film was released in March 2012 and spread virally, and the campaign was initially supported by various celebrities. I had no idea. This must be an American thing. Because it's like the elephant and the donkey on the front page. Like, which is the Democratic and the Republican Party. Must be American thing, right? Child Soldiers Uganda. Nope. Oh, I had no idea. I think that was not. But remember, I was pretty young at the time. So that was 14 years ago. Do I say that correctly? No, 11 years ago. So I was 17. I personally didn't see much of that, but I was 17, so I'd probably not be as busy at that time with American news, to be honest with you. But they did it. They put him behind jail? Behind bars? At 12. My God. So I'm gonna I just want to watch the mage gameplay, the sorcerer gameplay, and then I'll start drawing.
Shall we seek out the young man from the other day?
I know the way. Follow me. Vanguard is ours. Lead on. Would not be unwelcome for an ally to appear for once.
If we must, let us finish this quickly.
Very well. I must.
So you have these commands here, which you use to direct your pawns. So he now gives the go signal, which gives them the signal to attack the thing. It looks really good as well. I really like the thunder effect.
We seek out the young man from the other day.
I like it. What do the reactions say? Yeah. I like it. Very excited. I'd love to play it on stream, but I have to stream every day then. Otherwise. Oh, I'm starting up DaVinci. Great. Yeah. Hmm. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to ask you guys. You guys have any... Oh. Yeah, I had Premiere, but then I had to pay for it. And I was like, I ain't paying you guys. I ain't paying you guys. No, no, no. You way too expensive. I like DaVinci. It works really well. It works really well for a free program. So, you guys have any 2024 goals? You guys want to do this year? Big ones, small ones. I heard Mage is also very OP in Elden Ring, so I made the decision to do a Dex build, but maybe I'll go Mage. Just to make it a little bit more fun for myself. Now, because I was a teacher, I could have like the whole Adobe package, like everything for like $5 a year. So obviously you'll do that because Photoshop, Lightroom. That's more than worth the $5. But Premiere always had issues with me, even the paid version. DaVinci is free and has less problems than Premiere had. And I find it easier to work with as well. Oh, we were at the hair. Let's see, where were we? Ooh. What kind of series would you start? Like the drumming ones? The drum. No, you're not calling them drumifications. It's like a different title. My screen's dirty. Like that works. Drum mutations, that was it, yeah. You'd like to live stream your drumming as well? I think that would be very fun to look at. Ooh. I remember, I forgot her name, but there's this girl on Twitch who drums in like a toad costume. Forgot her name. But no, she's pretty popular as well. So I think you have a you would have an audience for the drumming.
Qu'est-ce qui m'arrive? Qu'est-ce que je représente? Qui je suis, putain? Va falloir que je me lève. Que je recommence à zéro.
Ooh, yeah. So also some gaming content next to the drumming. That sounds fun. I also think it's good to change it up a little. Makes it easier to keep doing. If you're doing like exactly the same every time, at least I found it a little bit harder to continue doing it. Yeah? But maybe that's also, I think, don't underestimate yourself for still, like, trying. It's like the same with me with art. You know, I'm doing this, but I'm not exactly good at it. You have a lot more, like, really good artists who are streaming. But you're doing your best, right? Wait, I can't read it. What's so... Outdoor alongside video game, but I'm more trying to find something that gets me like ADHD addicted to it. Yeah, so like a hyper-focused something. I find that really hard to find something. Because I've been streaming for a while now, like 2.5 years now. And I did some longer games. And I follow these like YouTubers and like streamers who do pretty big playthroughs of like Stardew Valley, like 300 hours. Which you easily can get into the game, that's not the problem. But my attention span isn't just not that long enough, and you also have to remember that it's easier if you stream like every day. But you do have to have time for that. I technically have time to stream every evening. I just know my mental health won't be very happy with that if I'm doing that. Because it's still a hobby and not like my freaking livelihood. I still have to work 4 days a week. So yeah. It's really hard to find something that gets you that addicted to it. But like I said, changing up, I think that would be. And it's also so very, very personal what you enjoy. For me, like 3 hours of streaming, it's more than enough. I could do like, at this point, no, and it's still like, exactly, I don't want to suck the fun out of it. I mean, I enjoy what I'm doing here, but the chance of me making my livelihood out of this is so small. So I'm just doing this for fun, and I'm doing this as long as I think it's fun. So at the point that I'm not enjoying myself anymore here on this platform, I quit. I have the freedom to do so. So, and it has happened like last year. I remember, or like 2 years? No, last year. But of course I was like in the finishing part of my studies, which, if you're like in your exam period of your master's degree, it's not that weird that I didn't have time to stream and I didn't got as much fun out of it, because it is a lot of work. If you really honestly want to grow your YouTube channel or your Twitch channel, and Twitch is even worse. Twitch is even worse. You have to just put a lot of time into it. 3, yeah, I'll be another. So it's now 9:30 for me. Will be live for another 2 hours. So that for you would be 2:30. I'll end at 2:30. Because then it's like 10:30 in the evening here. I gotta go to bed then. Never do anything as much as you should drum. Especially if you feel like now, do it. I'll be here in the background doing the thing that I like to do. And I hope everyone who's here is doing that. I hope you guys have me in the background just like babbling about shit. Really? Well, don't think, yeah. But first you have to get eligible for paying, that YouTube pays you off. And then you need to have either 10 million views on your shorts, 4,000 watch hours on videos, and 5, I think it was 1,000 subscribers or 500. I think it was 1,000. Well, that's nice. Then I don't have to do anything else. If I make 10K, guys, that's enough. That's more than enough. I don't want to earn more because I have to pay more taxes if I make way more than that. I don't want to make that much money. And I do like my work, so one can dream. One can always dream. But I was like, because oh, that's maybe a fun story to tell you guys. When I was at the survival, which is a sport that I do, like the survivaling, you know? Not like in the wilderness, but I don't know how to call it in English. Like obstacle run. That would be the best translation. So we had like this Christmas tree run. Which is literally what you would expect. There's like an obstacle run for like 5 kilometers. Which is 3 miles. Or something. And they had to bring a freaking Christmas tree along the way, you know? And it couldn't touch the ground, so that was the idea. Christmas tree run. Bring a Christmas tree from point A to point B without it touching the ground. And I was making pictures, I made a lot of pictures, really fun. And everyone had like these Christmas hats on. I can show you like the pictures, give me a minute. I can show you a picture, it's really funny. Because here's no one is really recognized. I make this picture. Look at all these people going to run a warming up with all these Christmas hats. They're having so much fun. Look at them go. They had to bring like Christmas trees along with them. And these were pretty big as well. I can show you a few pictures of what they were doing. Like they had to actually bring like the Christmas tree from one end to the other without dropping it. These Christmas trees are pretty heavy as well. Like the big ones are like 15 kilos. Anyway, I was making like pictures. It was really fun. I was making these pictures. And like a few of our members have like this travel agency. Yeah, that's the right word. Yeah, it's really fun. It warms my heart as well. Like, we were like giving them warm chocolate milk and like glühwein and like oliebollen. It was really fun. And even if I can't run myself because I'm still with my feet, I still have this trouble with my feet, it's really fun. And also, it was so cute. I can't show you the pictures because they're obviously underage. Like the really tiny babies, like the 4 and the 5 years old with their very big Santa hands. They were so cute to see. So cute. And but we have like 2 members, like a couple who owns a travel agency in Spain, and they do like these outdoor vacation trips for like a week. So you go mountain biking with them in the mountains there with them, and it's like a fully organized trip. So you sleep there, they provide you the food and stuff like that. It's like an all-in thing. And they saw me making pictures, and he asked like, oh, what's your job? What do you actually do? Because we always see you running around with your purple hair, and I know you're making pictures, but what's your job? And I was like, yeah, I'm like a education advisor in educations and stuff. So I go and advise schools how to do their thing. And he's like, oh, so this is hobby. I say, yeah, this is purely something I do for fun. I mean, I have a trained eye for making pictures because I've been trained to do that, to make, like, you can look at a picture and have the compositions right, you know? You can learn these things. You can learn how to make a picture which is, the composition wise, is good. And so I was like, yeah, this is just for fun. And he's like, oh, could you make like pictures for us? But it didn't occur to me that he owns that travel agency. It didn't occur to me. So I was like, yeah, just give me like a crate of beer, for example. Like, I don't have to do it for money. It's purely for fun for me. And then she came up and she was like, yeah, but we mean like in Spain at our travel agency, like all expenses paid. And I was like, all expenses paid? You mean like I can come to Spain, make pictures, which I think is really fun, and then go travel with you for like a week? and make pictures, and I get paid for it. I don't need money. So I was like, yeah, that sounds really fun. I want to do that. I wouldn't say no to that, but I was like, I think that's the professional in me who says like, that's really fun, but I'm in no way a professional. So I really want you guys to know that if you ask me to do this, you cannot expect professionally made pictures, because I just have one lens, I have one camera, I have nothing. I have one SD card, you know. I do this purely for fun. But I will have a conversation with them about coming to Spain and making pictures of their company and their travel agency and the people that work for them, and I can go to Spain. Well, I've never been to Spain. I've been to Spain, but it's really fun that I can do that. And I don't make pictures for work. I have no intention of making that my work at all. But these things are a lot of fun to do. And they get like pretty cheap pictures, because I'm not very expensive. Normally, if you would pay like a professional photographer, you would pay all expensive plus extra. And I'm like, just buy me the plane ticket. If you feed me, I will make pictures. That's very cheap for them as well. This is like a win-win. So I will talk about it, but I really want their expectations to be like where they're supposed to be. I'm not a wedding photographer. I do just purely for fun. There's a lot of pictures who aren't great, but normally I'm pretty good with the manual settings and I can do that all. So that's really fun. So maybe I'm going to Spain this year for a week to make pictures, which is so cool. Just by accident, because I don't really tell people that I do this. I just make shit. Because I do we have like a category on our Instagram which calls the Sportlight, which is really full. Instead of spotlight, you know, Sportlight. Thought of it myself. Hi Demo, by the way. And I make these pictures as well, which is like a little category where once a month we put like a member of our club in the Sportlight, who is sometimes a trainer, sometimes it's someone who runs a lot of competitions, sometimes it's just a normal club member. I do that as well, and I got some compliments for that as well, so that was really fun. Anyway, very excited for that. I think it will be very fun. Ooh. Shall I tell you guys my 2024 goals? I wrote them down for the first time in my life, and this is like a reflection of 2023, which is not done yet. So I have a few goals, and like not too big ones, just like I guess pretty normal ones. I didn't want to put like ginormous goals in it. So reading a book every month, because as a child I'd love to read books, but I just can't seem to get time for it, so I'm now reading in the morning before going to work. I want to buy my own camper van, which I have one that I want to buy. I can show you guys. I'm not drawing at all, but I'm gonna show you guys everything. Give me a second, I have to look it up. So what I wanted to do is want to buy a camper van. I won't show you his so I've saw this one. Keep in mind this is a God dang it. This is a project car. This is a project car. So it's not in any way done. But he asks 5,000 euros. That's the asking price. So as you can see, it's in pretty good shape at the outside, which is to me very important because I can do a lot of stuff, but I can't fix the outside. So we have some issues here, which is taped. You can obviously see this is taped, so we have to do something about that. Then at the back it seems all pretty rust free, not too bad. This has new woodwork, but you can see this is like in the alcove. I don't know how you can, I think you would call it in English an alcove. This has to be thrown away. This is all gone. Mattresses I'll throw away. But you can see like some leakage here, which I had to fix. These go. All the cushions are out of it and get new cushions, but I would also just completely erase this bench. Clean all this out, maybe a new fountain. Paint all the cabinets. I would paint all the cabinets. And there's like some issues, so the freezer, the refrigerator doesn't work. So there's a lot of things that don't work. So the lining works, but there's no reformer. I don't know how you call it. It has to do with this, the voltage of the. So there's a lot of. It's like a rough shape, but I'm not worried too much about the inside because I can fix all that. I know this looks a bit dirty, but nothing bleach can solve. So a scrub daddy and some bleach will probably do this a lot of justice. I would change out the table because I would sleep in the alcove. And there's some rust here. Anyway, he's not done. A long time not done. So he doesn't say how much kilometers this car has driven because it's like from 1991. This car. This RV. So it doesn't work. The refrigerator doesn't work. The cushions have to have new like stuff around them. When the motor gets warm, it stops. It like holds in. The motor holds in for some reason. But depending on what how many kilometers this has driven, I would. So he's asking 5,000 euros, which is depending on the kilometers, not a very weird asking price. But looking at what all that has to be done, so we have to rewire all the lighting. We have to rewire the refrigerator, if that's even usable. Because otherwise you have to pull the whole thing out and put a new one in there, which aren't cheap as well. So depending on all these things, and then I want to drive it as well, I'll like bid at 2,000 euros or something. Because I would strip the whole inside. Anyway, that's a goal. Buying my own camper van, remodeling it, and then resell it or go on vacation with it. I have a goal of mine as well, is to have 400 subscribers on my YouTube channel. But that's going pretty solid. Well, so good that you say that, because depending on the car, because my stepdad has always been a car engineer, so he knows which type of cars Because in the Netherlands we get a lot of rain, obviously. So what you see is the carrosserie, like the metal that the car is sitting on, like the skeleton, let's say. I don't know how you call that in English, but like the skeleton of the car gets wet a lot. So if that starts rusting in like these weird places around the wheels, and obviously all this weight on that skeleton, then you have a problem. So there's a few things that have to be working. There have to be no giant leakages under the car. The motor has to run properly, as in I don't have to, because I saw like few and it had like the whole sheer gearbox, like the whole shifting gearbox was broken. If I have to repair that, that's like €1,000, and I can't drive it towards my home, so I have to somehow get that ginormous thing there, which weighs around 3,000 kilos, get there without me able to drive it. I don't want a big RV, because I want to be able to drive it almost everywhere. I want a solid motor in it, which is a turbo diesel, from a minimum of 2.5 liters, because otherwise I can't climb up mountains. I don't mind the inside being a total wreck, but it's nice if the toilet is intact. So there's no like giant burst or like cracks in the plastic, because obviously then you get a smell, because it's like a unit which you have the toilet, the unit's under it, and you shove the unit out of it. That system has to be closed off and working properly, because I don't want to get my hands literally dirty. So, and the water tank and stuff like that has to be clean. I would personally never use the water tank in an RV, because you will never get that cleaned. There's lots of like residues of water, and then you get like bacteria in it. Nope. Yeah, so I don't mind the size of the project, but the motor has to be pretty good. And I don't mind if there's like rust on the outside, because you see like on the wheel, like the wheel things, like you can see like rust. But my brother is also a very good welder, so he has his own camper van that he bought secondhand, and he's welded all these, like flexed all these rust parts out of it and then put new ones in it. Like he welded it himself, so I can ask him to weld a couple of pieces for me, but not like my whole camper. That's not the idea. But I'm not that handy. And my uncle is very nice. Is an electrician, so I can ask him to rewire the camper van with new electricity if I want. So I am very lucky to have people close to me who are good in all these things, because I can't do that, but I can build like I can build like cabinets and stuff, and repaint cabinets, and like these cosmetics things. I can do that. Redo like the cabinets, redo the slots, like put new slots in them. I want to put LED in all the cabinets in the above, because it makes it look very luxurious without it. And you can rewire LED strips to a 12-volt battery, so yeah, we'll always have LED strip, and they're very energy efficient. Very energy efficient, so you can always lose your LED strips even if you're like off the grid. And if I really want to splurge, and I don't think I have the money for that, but then I want solar panels on it. If I really like the camper van. But the idea is that I redo it, sell it, go on vacation with it once or twice, sell it, buy a bigger one, and then like collect or like save some money at the same time, sell it, and then with the saved money and the sold price, buy a new one. Because campers are just very expensive. Like 15,000 euros is nothing, and I'm like, I can't even buy a house. You know? So, and your first renovation project will never go as planned, so I don't want to bust my wallet on a very expensive van, because I'll probably your first renovation project always never runs as planned, so. So that's a goal. I set like 400 subscribers on my channel. And as a goal I set like keep taking good care of my body. So just keep doing that. I want to learn how to draw manga. Oh well, we're doing that right now. Not really manga, but you know. I wrote down like I'm only going to do things where from my heart skips a beat. I don't think that's the right English sentence, but like doing things which make me really excited. I just want to do those things. I'm learning Norwegian every day with Duolingo, so I want to do that because I eventually want to go to Norway again. And at the end of the year I want to be fully training at my obstacle run club again. They're pretty solid. I can show you off a little bit of my Norwegian. I started counting today. I can order like 1 apple and 2 banana. Like et eple og 2. It's 2 again. Et eple og. I know 4 is like vierde, which vierde sounds a lot like vier in Dutch, but then it has a sound on the end. Fem is 5, so like vierde eple or 5 banana. 4 apples and 5 bananas, which is not too bad. Or I forgot half of it. Great. Sieren Arenaheden, which means the church is close by. Sieren Arenaheden. Minibanken is the ATM. Minibanken. They say it like that as well. Minibanken, which is really fun. And the grocery store, because I have to learn Norwegian through English because they don't do Dutch Norwegian. So I have to always double translate. So you have the grocery store, which is... God, I forgot everything. I don't have my phone here. Nope. I've been learning Norwegian for like 3 months. Oh, yeah, I can order like a coffee in a cafe. Kaffe tak. So kaffe is obviously coffee. Tak is like thank you or please. Hvor går det med deg? Hvor går det med deg? How are you doing? Which is a good one because it sounds like hoe gaat het met jou? Which is Dutch. So hvordan går det med deg? Hvordan går det med deg? That's it. How are you doing? Okay, sorry. That was me showing off my Norwegian. Then I would know 4 languages if I start to learn Norwegian. If I can actually speak it. Well, make full sentences. I can like speak a little bit of German. But most of us Dutch kids can, because German looks a lot like. Norwegian also looks a lot like Dutch. Because it's like this Germanian language, so you have like the same sounds. I would love to learn Japanese, because I'm obsessed with Japan. But I think that's just a bridge too far for now. I know like a few words. Kampai. Arigato. Gozaimasu. Which Thank you very much. Itadakimasu, which is what you say when you start to eat. Like these manner things, I know that one. Arigatou gozaimasu. Arigato, but you have to say it a lot of times. The same with Norwegian. It sounds really weird if you just start speaking Norwegian. But I do think I can probably nail the pronunciation because it's so close to Dutch. Like apples, but their sounds like meer. They have like a more sound to it. I don't know how to explain it. But not, and the way their grammar works is also a lot easier than Dutch, which is nice. It makes it also very... How fun, you guys. When I was like younger, I hated learning languages. I was like the science kid or like the exact kid. Like I liked math and I like science, and I didn't like physics as much because then you have like formulas and stuff, and I can't do formulas. But I don't know. I hated learning languages, and look at me now when I'm 26. Suck it, bitches. Learning my language on my own. Another reason why you don't have to learn everything in school. Says someone who advises schools on their curricula. But you don't have to learn everything in school. You can't. It's more important that you find what you're passionate about. Than learning 6 languages. Joke's on you. It's not that important. Unless you want to do something with languages, of course, then it's nice to know. I have a great family, yes. It's really nice that they can help me. Why does this look so weird? Is this even in the right layer? Weird. I saw that I drew the eyes way too big. Look. His eyes like a third the size of mine. We could start a new one. I picked a few new ones, I think. Oh yeah, I watched the whole anime of Demon Slayer in 2 weeks. It was great. I highly recommend it. It was really fun. Favorite, I like Nezuko. It's a great character. The other one's too hard. We're gonna do this one. The reference is too hard. So if you have any anime recommendations, please let me know. We still want to watch Berserk. I heard that one's really good as well. Okay, we're back at the sketching phase. Which we all know I like so much. But you live, you learn, and one thing at a time. Oh. I discovered I could do that. I didn't know I could do that. There's like some tips to make it 3D, which makes it easier to think of this. Hey, Sticky! Good to see you again. This is just me thinking about roughly how much hair she has. Well, the hair we sorted out later, but still struggling with the... So we have her chest. Like running. And then straight down. I'm figuring this out as I go, by the way. Happy New Year! Happy New Year as well. Thank you so much, Sticky. You done anything fun? She's a little bit skinnier. I don't really see you. Excuse me, she has like ginormous calves in this one. Look at them! Look at these big boys! I'll give you a little bit skinnier ones, just to have them more in proportion with the rest of your body, Nezuko. Don't worry. Ooh, what's your drawing? Tell us. What's your drawing? I'm very happy with this line of movement. This part here. This is maybe a bit too round. More like this. No, that's too skinny. Sorry, you girl, you got some chunk in the trunk. In the demon form. She really has this hourglass figure. Yeah, that's better. Yes, you can always give me tips and tricks. I'm still learning, so all tips and tricks are welcome. It looks a bit weird, but one drawing at the time. Maybe if I draw this one like in a year from now, it's probably a bit better as well. It's very tiny. She's a very round face. She doesn't really have. She's like this. She doesn't really have. No, that's not right. What's up, Trent? And we have like here, I guess is her horn somewhere. Just freehanding this at this point. Maybe not the smartest thing to do, but hey, you only live once. Yeah. And then it's more like this shape. Don't push too hard on the pencil. I have to give you a dream. Nezuko is a minor, so. But she has really cool art. You haven't even seen. Then you haven't even seen Daki the demon. She's even prettier. She's so pretty. It goes there. This goes down straight and then goes like there in a weird shape. And it ain't weird. It's just a little weird. The shape. Okay, I'll believe you. It's good art. I shouldn't be doing the clothes yet. Don't, woman. This shoulder is way off. That shoulder is way smaller. Like... I'm freehanding. I should not be freehanding this. Why, woman? Why? Actually, tapped head crosshair is slightly less than legs, the bottom to feet. Yeah, so they're like their top half is smaller. And maybe I fixed it. I don't know. I always see that when I look at you guys' screen. Like they have more legs. My worst enemy. Fingers. Oh, they're even. Oh god. Oh. Oh no. Oh no, por Nezuko. Oh no. I'm really trying, but no. This is, you know, we can leave those for like later. I'm sorry, my love. Half point is a good quick check, yeah. Yeah, well, I have it like slightly tilted on my wrist pad, but it's like, it's not ideal. It's far from ideal. And I do have an iPad stand, but it's like it's not the right angle to draw at, and it's not like stable enough to draw at. So this is what but it's like too close to my face, so I have to look at you guys, what you are seeing like straight, and then I'll be able to. clean up the lines a little, because otherwise I'll just lose what side of what is correct and what's not. This is just a mess, but it's a mess, but I know what I'm doing, okay? It's a mess, I know. God, I know. No, it's more flowy. It's more flowy. The angle is different. The angle is more that way. Thanks. Well, I have a bachelor's degree in art, and I do have but drawing, like, as in drawing people, as in, like, proportions, once in a while, and then I regretted it because I thought it was way too hard. So I would call myself more of an expressionist. So I've drawn like self-portraits and still lifes and stuff, because it's like it was part of my studies, like it was part of my bachelor's degree. But drawing like this, I think I did. I just picked it up again. So, but I do have some base knowledge, let's say, about proportion wise and stuff. And I was taught how to look at references and redraw what you see. It's like, maybe if I see it like this, okay, upside down shape. For some reason, that's easier to understand, I guess, for me. That's, yay! I got it. That's more like it. Yeah, because I remember, I think we were the only year who didn't have like a naked model, which we had to draw, which I thought was really a shame, because that's how you learn the best. Like seeing a real human. That's my idea. I think that's drawing the best. Like still lifes, I hate doing them, but you learn how to look at things. Like if you like, for example, draw an apple. There's a difference between drawing an apple and looking at it and really like observing how the apple, what the apple looks like. Then you're almost able to draw anything. Because half of it is just observing what you see. Oh, no. It is indeed somewhat of a learning curve. I think that's why I always... but I always thought that I had to like draw stuff just because I could show off my skill. But I don't want to do that anymore. I just want to draw stuff like this for my own fun. And that makes it a little bit easier just to be able to draw something that I really think is fun to draw. Like characters from animes that I really like. Stuff like that. And maybe proportion-wise, those are a little bit off what you would call a realistic person. But, I mean... You'll eventually get there as well. That's not right. Fair enough. Yeah, 2 years. That sounds pretty... Yeah. But then drawing from without reference is pretty hard. That's very, very difficult to do. Then you have to know the proportions really well if you'll be able to do without references. That's really... But 2 years sounds... Yeah, that sounds realistic. I mean, I'm very happy with what I'm doing now, and it's probably nothing is going to look, especially the hands, gonna look like the real thing, but I don't know. I don't mind that as much. I let go of thinking I could be good at things within a year. And otherwise it wouldn't be fun to learn, right? That's my... I thought it wouldn't be fun. She has 3. That's a lot. 3 of those bands. This one's too small. It's too small. And also, a drawing doesn't have to be finished in like 2 hours. Yeah. And proportions is just, I find it's one of those very hard things to learn. Which is, again, okay. Nothing has to be easy. But it's just, it's a learning curve. You just have to accept that you won't be able to do things in like 1 or 2 tries. Oh god. Oh god. It is time. We can do this. Last time we did it as well, but these are very hard. I chose very hard hands. Just look. Just look. These are also very contorted in a weird way. This one's probably closer. Okay. I see. Oh, how I love digital drawing. I have to look what you guys see. Oh, dearie, what's that? Okay, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. They have to be a bit skinnier. That's maybe too skinny. Yeah, that's too skinny. Okay, just leave it at that for... So gesture, is that what you mean with like different poses, or? Uh,
Qu'est-ce qui m'arrive? Qu'est-ce que je représente? Qui je suis, putain? Va falloir que je me lève. Que je recommence à zéro. C'est comme ça que ça se termine. Une balle dans la tête, deux balles dans le ventre. Mais putain, faut que je me relève. Que je me casse. Comment je vais pouvoir me sortir de là?
mm, oh my god. Okay, breathe. It's the hardest part. I mean, I know what's wrong, but... Mm. that's what you mean. The overall shape is off. Let's see if we can fix that on this layer. It's the overall shape which is off, which is okay, but it's the shape of the hand itself.
Battle Fury, Blade Fury.
Lucifer, he dragged her right to me, a book and shook my hand. Super slushy dancing on my dick and also shaking that. Lucifer, he dragged her right to me, a book and shook my hand. Super slushy dancing on my dick and also shaking that. Super slushy dragged her right to me, a book and shook my hand. Super slushy dancing on my dick and also shaking that. Super slushy dragged her right to me, a book and shook my hand. Super slushy dancing on my dick and also shaking that.
Sorry, I'm very concentrating. What? Figure. Yeah. It's nice, and because these 10-minute drawings force you not to keep longing on the details too long. That's the fastest way to learn the proportions, and you're right. Yeah, skipping all the details so you don't keep like hanging on the details. I am not mad at this at all for almost my first try. No. Nope. Oh. Yeah, probably just like last time that when I was finished with the last drawing that I just saw after, like today when I started my iPad up again, that I saw that the eyes were way too big. We'll probably have the same thing with this one, but that's okay. It's through mistakes that we learn. Hey. I ain't mad. Okay. Let's take a good look. The hair we'll figure out later. That's not the hardest part. I don't like the eyes. The eyes are way smaller. I don't like it. Oh, I missed a lot. Sorry. Oh, that's really nice that they gave instant feedback. Oh, that's so nice, Trent, that you went to your friend's house. I hope you guys had fun playing Mario Party. Oh, werewolf card guessing game. Oh, is it like literally this? Like werewolves? Like literally this game? This is the Dutch version, but did you have to guess who the werewolves are and who the hunter is? And like these. I played these a lot with my my students when I was still teaching. They really liked it. Really fun. It's like a role-play game. It's true. You did a good job doing your quarterly socializing. I'm very proud of you. Yeah, that's... I have the very complicated one as well, but this is the base game. My students really like playing it. They weren't very good at it though. But they had a lot of fun. And I can when I want, I can play like a good storyteller as well. Oh, you're a good guesser then. Okay, we'll fix the eyes later. We can fix a lot with shading and stuff, so it comes and it goes. It is time. I'm still looking for like a good brush pack. I don't know, Sticky, if you were working on an iPad as well, do you have recommendations for like digital brushes? I'd love to hear your recommendations if you have them. I should. Something to do with how hard you press. You want like the different. Like the pressure you apply shouldn't be. Fair enough. If you are pretty good at like reading body gestures and stuff, you can easily pick them out of them. Syrup brush, you said? Where do I find that one? On the inking? Oh, here, this one. I see. Oh yeah. Okay, I need a little bit more stabilization on that, because... I got shaky hands. That's better. This feels a little bit more fluent. That's too small. There must be a better way of doing this. But I'll give her a little bit of a rounder chin. What time is it? Oh. Yeah, I'm pretty impressed. I like it. I use Baskerville, but I just picked up the first. But this feels a little bit more, well, how do you say, pressure sensitive. DP. The DPI and the canvas setting. Ooh. DPI is at the dimensions? Oh, here. Oh, I can change it. Probably have a custom. I need a custom one, right? Hey, Was. Yeah, you're doing a good. You're enjoying it online? Can you find some people to play with? $1,200. Okay, so I'll keep that in mind. Yeah, 600. I'm not. I probably am not near going high quality prints yet, so. I'm good, thanks for asking. How has your New Year's Eve been? To change the after effect, you canvas, then crop and resize. Okay, yeah, that sounds. Oh, nice. Good to hear that it was cozy and chill. I had we were going to like a party, like in the town where you come from, and then I didn't realize it was like 18 minus. So I knew nobody, and the people that I knew were all students of mine. So it was really fun. But it was also the last time that we went. Because I do not want to party with minors. Good thing I didn't drink. Well, hi Brandon, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. We have to come back to the hands though. We have to fix that later. Well, I've also found it a bit awkward always because they're minors, so they're like 13, 14, you know. It's nice to see them, don't get me wrong, I really like seeing them. And normally they're pretty happy to see me as well. I got some hugs. You always have to be a little bit careful with these things if you are drinking. I was lucky enough that I wasn't. I decided myself, of course, but I had like issues in the past. Well, not issues, but I had like I went to festivals here, and I had oh, that's not right. I had some alcohol, you know, and then coming across students of you who are like minors. I don't know. Makes life a little more difficult. You still have to be a little bit careful with these things. Because I saw students who were a little bit older, like 18 plus at least. That's a little bit less of a problem, but okay, we're gonna fix this hand, and then I'm gonna end the stream for today, because my back's not very happy with me at the moment, because I'm sitting like a fucking shrimp. It's my own fault. If you just look at it from really far away, it looks fine. Just look at it from really far away, then we're fine. Look. Just look at it from really far away. Just really far away. Then it looks great. Oh well. Yeah. Well, we laugh about it. I don't think we're too... And our school didn't make a huge problem out of it. I don't think... I mean, I always say, guys, I'm not just breathing. I have a life as well, you know? Well, I'm gonna leave it here today, because I'd love to continue, but I have to go to bed, first of all. And second of all, my posture is horrible here where I'm sitting now. So, that doesn't help. I have like a standing desk, like in the corner here, where I keep all my drawing stuff and stuff, like there. You can see that. And I have like this board when I can put up, which is really nice. But it's such a hassle. I can't like put the camera there. It's a whole thing. It's a whole hassle. It ain't worth it. Anyway, that's what we drew today. I'm very happy, very content. Next time we'll just continue. I will be live next Sunday. It's not on YouTube yet, but I'll put it there immediately. Wow, I'm closing this one later. I will be live next Sunday again with more Sly, so you guys are more than welcome to hang out. 7:30 p.m. same time as today. Well, for me it's 7:30. For you guys it's a whole different time. I had a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. I'm very tired. I'm so sorry. I really enjoyed it. We had a good laugh, and it's nice to catch up a little bit in the next year, 2024. It's good to hear you guys' goals, and thanks for the tips, Sticky. I really appreciate it. Tips are always welcome. Thank you so much. And I hope to see you guys next Sunday if you want to hang out, of course. If you have other fun plans, have fun. That's way more important. And then we will continue with Sly. Hey, Retro. Oh, you just came in. I'm closing off the stream. No! The vibes were very good. I can show you just very quickly what we've done. Look! We've drawn Nezuko! Well, partially. That's what we're doing today. But you just came in when I was closing the stream. I'm so sorry. Because it's like 10:30 here in the evening. It's like 3 hours past my bedtime. Thank you, Woz. I hope it was a nice and chill stream. That's what I aim for. Ooh, yeah, no, and I'm gonna... No, I have to shut up. Because otherwise I will be here for another half an hour. And I promise not to do that. Because my lovely boyfriend has to work tomorrow. So I think he's already in bed. So I'm gonna read for like a half an hour because I can't sleep like this. And at this point I'm reading Underland by... Because I promised myself, like, the goal of 2024 was to read a book every month. So that's what I'm doing. Underland. What's the name of him again? It's really full fun book. Underland. Yeah. By Robert McFarlane. A deep time journey. So it's about... In Underland, Robert McFarlane takes us on a journey into the worlds of beneath our feet, from the ice-blue depths of the Greenland glaciers to underground network which trees communicate, from the Bronze Age burial chambers to the rock art remote Arctic sea, to the rock art of remote Arctic sea caves. This is a deep time voyage into the planet's past and future. So it's like... it's a really good book if you like very describing authors. So he describes everything in great detail, which asks of you to like somewhat think what you read. But it's a weighted blanket. If you just wanna read like something fun and easy to read, the Demonata series from Darren Shan, you guys probably know him. If you read like books, there's like 12 books. I have just 3 of them. Anyway, he writes like this teenage horror series, which is pretty graphic, especially the first one, which is this one. I read them in English. I almost read all my books in English. I read these in one day. I can read one of those in one day. Because it's pretty... The letters are pretty big as well. And it's like made for older teenagers. So I can highly recommend this series if you like creepy demon books. I can recommend those ones. I'm not a huge reader, but I read all of these. I still have to read this one though. The Witcher. I also have this one, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. I don't like this one, which I didn't like it. It's very populistic. Is that the right word? It's like, it's not my jazz. Anyway, I have to go. Go. Finish it. Finish him. Anyway, I wish you all a very nice evening, wherever you are, or a great day. I hope you have a lovely last work day tomorrow or today, and then a nice weekend. I hope to see you on Sunday. If I don't see you on Sunday, I don't know. Oh no, I put my ring on my index finger. Oh, okay, we're fine. I should go sleep now. The Fountainhead? I appreciate you all for being here. If you liked it, please leave a like. Helps me out. I'll see you guys Sunday. And otherwise in the Discord and Instagram if I don't forget to post there, because I forget to post there. Anyway, bye guys. Thanks so much for hanging out.